This is his favorite writer. He has
Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky has read most books of Dostoevsky actually.
Okay.
Then ये भी बहुत. This is one very good book. Nagugi Monthango का.
Does he share any notes for you inside these books?
Shipped to Tihar Jail. Umar Khalid, Shipped to Tihar Jail.
Oh.
So all the books he has written that. So later when we read these books, then there will be
memories.
Yeah.
Associated with these books that they are.
So he sometimes gives me flowers also. Andar ke ek usse. So I keep those flowers in these books. The idea is that long after, if we read those books, see those flowers, we'll remember that.
That was a date from that jail.
Tihar ke phool hai ye.
Hello and welcome to Newslaundry interview. Today we have with us Banojyotsna Lahiri. She is a senior researcher and Umar Khalid's partner. Umar is an activist and a former researcher at Jawaharlal Nehru University. In 2020, the Delhi police accused him of in the larger Delhi riots 2020 conspiracy case and booked him under UAPA. It's been 3 years since he has been behind the bars and the trial has not yet even begun. Karkardooma Court and the Delhi High Court have rejected his bail petitions, and in May this year, he moved the Supreme Court with his bail application. Since then, the Supreme Court has adjourned his matter 7 times for varied reasons. But today, we are not going to talk about the nitty-gritties of the case. In fact, we are going to talk about the implication of the case on the man behind the bar and on his loved ones.
All of us who stood for democracy, for equality, for the constitution in this country or abroad, everywhere, forces of democracy are under various attacks. He is not the only person who is in jail. He is not the only person who is under assault. He is one amongst many. All of us are suffering. All of us are also fighting, right? We have not given up on the fight. So that way, when you collectivize it, it becomes easier. When you think that we don't want to exceptionalize our situation. When you exceptionalize it, it becomes more difficult. Why me? Why us? When you think that, it's everybody. A person who does not directly have a police case, fighting a police case, terror case, but stands for democracy, stands for equality, stands for justice, is that person happy? If all of us are going through such trauma, right now. Even a person who is not directly suffering is also suffering. Because what's going on around us, no one is immune from that. So yeah, it's difficult, but when you collectively fight back also, because in our situation, that is the fight back. When Umar survives, that is the fight back. When I survive, that is the fight back, right? Suddenly, we saw that kind of witch hunting of students. We could see our own witch hunt going on in live television,
how the media was covering it.
Yeah, how the media was covering and giving twist and anti-national, labeling as people as
leader
anti-national.
Leader of some Tukre gang.
Yeah, all those things were
students,
new things that were coming, right? But, so unprecedented. That was unprecedented. Like, that kind of media trials. Now it has become much more normalized, right? Now when we see certain media, we know like what to expect. But at that point of time, to even think that can an independent media talk like this? Can a media be, this tone deaf to students, what they're trying to say? And, constantly they are parroting the narrative of the government.
I need to say something to Omar right now. You are more dangerous to this country than Maoist terrorists.
So all those were very first time it was happening.
And in 2018, there was another incident when there was an attempt to assassinate him.
Yes. We were standing outside the Constitution Club and there was a program about to start. And he had just finished his PhD and he was very, that he had taken a long hiatus from activism at that point of time. 7-8 months he was not going to programs and all. He was sitting and writing his PhD and submitted his PhD, that too after a long court battle because the JNU administration was not accepting his PhD. But finally, the PhD was submitted. We all were happy, relaxed, and he was also excited to address the first program after his PhD. And then we were standing outside. This man out of nowhere came and first pounced on him. So then a few of us were there. We kind of usko chhudaya, सीधा खड़ा हुआ, देखा उसके हाथ में gun है, and it's pointing straight at Umar.
You met him at I think at a very interesting time in a very interesting year, that is 2013. You started dating. How was he in 2013, right before the BJP came into power, which was just a year before that?
Yeah, both of us were left activists, and we were in JNU. And although our politics had evolved already by 2013. A lot of the way left politics is perceived and practiced in India, already there were questions. And we thought that, we need to draw from other politics also and broaden the view of left politics. So that was a very theoretical discussion that was going on in JNU. Jail is a horrible place to be in. No one should be in jail. We aspire for a society where, there will be no jails. But the mulaqats that happen, so obviously he is in that sordid place for a whole week. So that half an hour, 40 minutes of mulaqat that we have, we don't make them sad. Like, that has to be happy hour of our life. With that happy hour, so that we can survive for the rest of the week.
Does he talk about the mental breakdowns? Because in one of the interviews you had mentioned that he has severe PTSD.
No. PTSD happened when the assassination attempt happened. After that, he went through, constantly then you start suspecting everyone around you. When there's an actual attempt to kill you, then start suspecting everyone. So that trauma was there on all of us, not just, of course, mostly on him, but others who would be around him will also always be on the alert. Constantly you have to scan that koi kahin se aake attack to nahi kar raha hai.
In retrospect, do you ever think that maybe if not just him but you as well were not that critical of the ruling administration, then things would have turned different for you and him? Maybe you could have led a normal life.
We never feel that. It's out of question. There is no regret, absolutely. Like, if someone puts me on a time machine and lands me to 2019, when the CAA was passed, I would protest as much I had protested. Umar would do the same. Like, that was a law which was fundamentally changing the democracy. That was a law which was fundamentally changing the constitution. And we couldn't have sat and watched.
Free mein itna hi milega. To watch the full unedited interview, you have to subscribe to Newslaundry and pay to keep news free. Because we don't run advertising. All our money comes from subscribers like you. And that is how public service journalism is paid for. All the studio lights, the cameras, all that you see on our website, it all comes from subscribers. So do subscribe, click on the subscription link, watch all the interviews unedited, and pay for public interest journalism.